Well, good morning, good morning. Happy Wednesday. It's Diane Covington from Northern California, and the weather here is gorgeous. I feel bad for all the people in the country that are dealing with floods and rains and all the craziness, but it's going to be almost 90 degrees here and beautiful, sunny, and hot. So I wanted to share with you guys, I got great, incredible feedback from the foundation survey. So many of you reached out and said, how do I get a copy? Thank you for the tips. I'm going to use this. So I told all of you before that I was very bold. I got 50 sheets run off. I have 100 surveys, and I am 1,000% determined, and I'll give you the results as I go, to get 100 surveys filled out this month. Like, the sooner the better. Like, my goal is to literally get them done shortly after the 15th, or around the 15th. So I want to tell you what my experience has been. One woman who filled one out, I approached. We were standing in line. We started to talk. Turns out she's a former Mary Kay director, believe it or not. She was the director for about 8 or 9 years, went through a horrific divorce and cancer, moved out of state, moved back to California, blah, 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 whatever. And so we had a great conversation, and I actually booked her for a facial. Then I had another gal who said, oh, my gosh, I've never worn foundation. She goes, I wear it, but I already know that I'm one of those percentages that is the wrong shade. And she says, but she's a different ethnicity, and she said, you'll never find a shade to match. I said, well, I'm two women that were together almost like refused to put their phone number at the bottom, and I said, well, if you can at least put your first name and your last initial. I said it just helps it validate the survey. Otherwise the company could, I blamed it on the company. I said that makes it a legitimate entry because they want me to get the feedback from 100 different women of different ages and different ethnicities. So then they ended up both giving me their phone number. I also pull my phone out immediately and say, oh my gosh, I'd love to send you a digital catalog. We even have a tool that can scan your skin and tell you where you have fine lines and what type of products to use. And they're like, sure. So I send them the link to the skin analyzer and the digital catalog. So I have my phone kind of in my hand so that it's a very natural thing. I'm not digging through my purse looking for my phone. So I've run into like 3 or 4 people, because I've got about 30 surveys filled out. So I've got 3 or 4 people that are former consultants that aren't on the product, that missed the product. So I'm going to I'm scheduling them to rebook them. I've had several people not interested in getting together, and that's totally fine. I've come across a former director. I've come across people who said, oh my gosh, one lady, she kept me for about a half hour in this, outside this coffee shop, telling me about how her and her daughter were just absolutely addicted to all the products, loved them, totally loyal to Mary Kay, bought them from the neighbor. The neighbor moved, and the neighbor kept up with her for about 6 or 7 months, and she said, and then she disappeared. Her number didn't work. Her email kicked back. She said, and I don't know anyone who sells Mary Kay, and I can't find anyone. And I'm always scratch my head when I hear that, because I think, how do you not find a Mary Kay person? Like, I think there's plenty of Mary Kay people, right? So, but it just goes to show you that by me using that survey, though, it really, really helped me talk to people and get an ability to just say, hey, here's the deal. I've got to get these surveys done. Would you be willing to give me your feedback? And I have a gift for you. And my gift is a sample in a little organza bag. And they can choose between a vitamin C treatment or a charcoal mask treatment or the new pre-mask treatment. I let them choose any one of those 3, and I keep them in these cute little bags. So I just want to encourage you guys. I'm not giving you any new information today, but if you haven't printed out the the foundation survey, please do that and utilize that, because it will really make all the difference in the world for you talking to people. It's kind of like warm chatter booking, like Gloria Mayfield Banks. We need to hand out 5 leads a day. Just get 5 surveys a day. If you did 5 surveys for the next 7 days until next Wednesday, right, that's going to be 35 surveys. And what if out of those 35, you have your next $1,000 hostess? And what if you have your next 2 team members? Trust me, because when I talk to people, it just creates a conversation. So please utilize the surveys. Please let me know your results. Post them. You can private message me or email me or whatever, but let me know the results you're having with the surveys and what feedback. And then if you want to, get 50 of them put together and then tally the results and send the results to the company. Said, just letting you know that 75% of my people apply foundation with their fingers, or people say they wear a different shade from the summer versus the winter. It's all great information. And then you guys can use those to get them as a client, facial them, add them to your PCP list. It's a win-win-win. So I'm going to continue to do a minimum, well, I'm going to do 100 this month, but I'm going to shoot to do 50 surveys a month, every month between now and the fall. like November, December. Because I'm just thinking, if I'm picking up people that have lost a consultant, they're just basically saying, I used to love Mary Kay, I still love Mary Kay, I can't find it anywhere, or I want to buy it. They can go on your My Shop if they don't want to have a party, right? And you guys will be getting My Shop sales. So please utilize it and know that it really does work. And I'm cheering for you to cross the finish line and have a phenomenal, phenomenal June. All right, you guys, thanks for listening.